Welcome to Spectator Sporting, sponsored by SpectatorSporting.com. I'm Zach Roach.
I'm Adewale.
Make sure you go to SpectatorSporting.com for all the previous shows, clips, great articles written by my man Adi. And this is our episode number 10. We call it the Killer Crossover Edition, Tim Hardaway. Big night last night in the NBA, the NBA draft. A lot of good picks. This was projected to be a really good draft. And from the looks of it, I kind of agree. I think this is going to be a good draft. What caught your attention the most?
Oh, yeah. A big surprise to me was this guy last year. He was a McDonald's All-American MVP. He was a top 2 prospect going into college. Michael Porter Jr. I had him dropping in the draft, but he fell all the way to 14 to the Denver Nuggets. That was a shocker to me.
That definitely was a shocker. The Bulls pick I thought was a shocker as well too. No one heard that they were going to take Wendell Carter, so that was a shocker to me. Trae Young in the top 5 was a shocker. So it was a few shockers in there, but overall it is a lot of talented players in this draft, so you can't go wrong. Which one out of all these rookies, which one are you most excited to see?
This guy I've been excited watching this guy at Kentucky all season last year, Kevin Knox. He's only 18 years old. He's a smooth small forward. I think in years to come, people are going to be like, wow, why did this guy fall all the way to 9 to the Knicks? Yeah. The Knicks, their fans, they really wanted Michael Porter Jr., but no, Kevin Knox, this guy, 6'9", he's going to get better. He's going to be a nice complimentary player to Porzingis. They got a good dude right there, Kevin Knox.
Kevin Knox, I feel... he is going to be a good player. The Knicks fans booed him, showed their no appreciation for the pick. But we'll see. Maybe Knox proves them wrong. Marvin Bagley III. DeAndre Ayton is probably the best player in this draft. But Marvin Bagley III, I think his potential, his ceiling is so high. He's young. The way he plays, his effort on the board, rebounding, offensive rebounding. He's a high flyer. He can run the court. He can score down low. He can do it all. And they are projecting him to be the guy that finally gets the Sacramento Kings back in the playoffs.
They haven't been there since C11 and them guys, right?
Well, I think they won the year. I think they had Kevin Martin run our test for 1 year.
Right.
Yeah, that was a while. But regardless, it's a long time ago. Very long time ago. So they project this guy. They think this guy is the franchise that's going to turn the franchise around. And I kind of agree because they got De'Aaron Fox. They got some other talent there. But Marvin Bagley III, I think is going to be the real deal. And I'm very excited to see him. What player you think fell too low? Excuse me. Did I say that right? Too low. What player you thought should have went higher?
Yeah, Amari Spillman from Villanova. I really like the dude. He has a high motor. He's a winner from a winning franchise, okay? And so he's a stretch forward. He's good for the modern NBA. He can play defense. And Atlanta Hawks got him with the very last pick in the first round. But I think he's going to be a nice rotation big in their lineup off the bench and backing up John Collins, who was a very underrated rookie last year. They got a good steal right there with the number 30 pick.
Colin Sexton.
Okay.
Yeah, I know he went number 8. That's still a very high pick, but I feel like he should have been higher. I thought he was the top point guard in this draft. Now, we can argue Luka Doncic, but until I see him play in the NBA against NBA talent, then I'll start believing. I know he's got the height, but I thought we just talked collegiate here. From the collegiate level, I thought he was the better point guard. I think he brings more to the table than Trae Young. Now, he cannot shoot like Trae Young, but he can defend better, he can dribble better, and I feel like he's going to be more of a threat right away in the NBA, and he's also not a defensive liability.
Right. Yeah. You're absolutely right on that, but another guy that slipped too, Robert Williams. He fell all the way to the Celtics.
Well, he got into some trouble. Let's not forget.
Okay.
Yeah, he got into a little trouble, so that's one of the reasons he slipped.
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering why this guy always fell all the way down to 27 off the court problems.
Off the court problems, but Boston got a steal right there. Boston definitely did. And of course, Michael Porter Jr., but that's up for debate because people was worried about the injuries. Just like, they was worried about the injuries, but if he is right, watch out for Denver.
Now, yeah, Michael Porter Jr., see, the thing is, he had the same back surgery that Dwight Howard had when he left the Magic, before he left the Magic and went to the Lakers. And so I think that they saw his play drop off a little bit.
He only played 2 games in college. How many games did he play in college?
He played 3 games. And
you can't judge a guy on 3. We can't judge a guy on 3 games. Now, I understand that. I understand why the NBA does it. I get it because they are investing millions of dollars in these athletes. So they got to make sure. You don't want to. You got to. You don't want to take somebody that you think is going to have a long problem with injuries, and especially a back injury.
Yeah, he looked in them 3 games. He came back. He didn't look explosive. Like on some fast breaks, he'll settle for a layup, and it made me scratch my head. Like, man, maybe he should have never came back for them 3 games.
I said that too. Even before he even came back, I said he might as well just sit out the season. Don't worry about this. He's going to the NBA. And just get your body right.
He was on the money with that. He should have sat out. Sitting out.
So because he might not have been ready, but he says he's going to be the player to be remembered in this draft. That's what he said out his mouth.
Okay.
Now, which player you thought was drafted too high? Which player was a reach for you?
Okay, the player that was a reach for me is Luka Doncic. Okay. Now, the Dallas Mavericks, Luka, he might be okay. All right, he might be all right, but they gave up a 2019 first-round pick to get him. Okay. The Mavs, they're going to be in the lottery next year. They passed up on guys like Zion Williamson, and R.J. Barrett is going to be in the draft next year. Now they have no chance to get those guys. They already got Dennis Smith Jr., okay? So they already have a nice guard. They could have drafted Mo Bamba and then got one of those lottery picks in 2019. They gave it away. I think they gave up too much. I think they reached for Luka Doncic, and he might be all right, but I just think they gave up too much for him.
My motto with that is, you could say we gave, but if you see a guy and you feel like that's your guy, you got to do whatever you do. You got to do what you got to do to get him. I mean, from a GM perspective, if you feel like that's your guy. Now, you're right. That could backfire on them big time coming up next year. Say if Luka Doncic get hurt or if he's not as good and they realize he's not quick enough to play against these other quick guards in the NBA. Who knows? But Dallas is not the only one building up. It was a lot of so-called experts and everybody saying this is actually the best player in the draft. So we'll see on that. Mine is the one who got traded for, Trae Young. Trae Young, I think he is a good player, so it feels like I'm bashing Trae Young right now, but I'm not. But I don't like, as a top 5 pick, I don't know, because right away he's going to be a defensive liability. I mean, you know what the guards are going to do to him. They're going to take him right down low. They're going to play bully ball with him. He's going to have to deal with that on a night in and night out basis. Now, he can shoot, and I know what he did in Oklahoma, and he's probably going to be better prepared in the NBA because, they're not going to give him that much attention because he's just a rookie. So he might be able to shine, but I just feel like he was drafted too high. I thought he would be between 8 and 15, not top 5.
Yeah, and they already have Dennis Schroeder, who I think is pretty good and underrated.
Well, Schroeder wants out of Atlanta. Okay. He's the disgruntled guard, so he's probably finna get traded. So that was another reason Atlanta was searching for point guards because Dennis Schroeder was like, I don't want to be here no more, and they want to trade him, so they're probably gonna try to get some value for Dennis Schroeder.
Yeah.
Big time trades yesterday.
Yeah. Big time
trades. You had Philly. And listen, let me tell you something. That's one cold-blooded trade on Michael Bridges. They interviewed, had his mama's up there dancing, doing all that.
Right.
And then it looked good. They was like, she home, and then 10 minutes later, Adam Silver goes up there. We have a trade.
Right. Yeah, that was hilarious. Man.
That was trade. What's your thoughts on that trade in particular?
Yeah. That's the trade right there that sticks in my mind. His mom works for the 76ers. He's drafted.
Did they trade his mom too?
Right. Hey, the dude played for Villanova.
Yeah, won the national championship
in Philly. Then they trade him to Phoenix for Zaire Smith. Okay, a high flyer, dunk contest type of dude, and a 2021 first round pick. But that shocked me right there. Well, that trade.
That was a shocker, but I got to give kudos to Philly for doing it.
Yeah,
that was a great move because not only you get a Zaire Smith who's young, who's raw, but you may have more potential than Michael Bridges. May have more potential.
Right.
Work on that shot, get that shot. Already can run up and down the court. He could probably fit that. He's going to be able to fit right in with Embiid and Ben Simmons.
Right.
But they getting that first round pick in
2021.
Who knows? Who they trade with? Phoenix.
Yeah.
Phoenix might not be ready at the time, and then Philly in 2021 with a loaded roster can find themselves with another.
And that first round pick belongs to the Miami Heat.
Yeah.
And they're going to get that.
Yes. And the Miami Heat, we don't know when they're going to get back.
They look like they're going to be pretty bad in 2021 the way they're looking.
That's where they can have it. They can have a top 5 pick with that loaded roster. So that was a great trade for Philly. But Phoenix, that was a great trade for them too.
Yes.
Because now you get Michael Bridges with Devin Booker. And then the number 1 pick, Deandre Ayton. Josh Jackson. They got some young talent in Phoenix. Now they can start putting it together, but they really have a nice squad.
No doubt.
Crazy trades. You're watching Spectator Sporting on SpectatorSporting.com. When we come back, we're gonna talk Chicago Bulls. What did you think about their draft? We'll be back. Welcome back to Spectator Sporting, sponsored by SpectatorSporting.com. I'm Zach Roach.
I'm Adewale.
Make sure you go to SpectatorSporting.com, watch previous videos, previous clips, and when you go watch it, make sure you subscribe to Spectator Sporting. Go on YouTube, you can watch it. It's live. It's got plenty of articles written by my man right here. We are on episode number 10. We call it the Killer Crossover Edition.
Right.
Mr. Tim Hardaway. We just talked about the whole draft, but let's talk about the home team now.
Okay.
Our Chicago Bulls. The Bulls needs, in my opinion, I mean, if you got something different, let me know, was rebounding, a defensive center, athletic center, and an athletic small forward. They took Wendell Carter and Chandler Hutchison.
Right.
What's your thoughts on those picks?
Okay, well, yeah, first, Wendell Carter Jr., I ain't gonna lie, I didn't like it. I wanted the Bulls to take Kevin Knox. He's my favorite player in the draft, 6'9", 18 years old. And they needed a wing, you know, someone that has a high ceiling. I feel like Kevin Knox has a higher ceiling than Wendell Carter Jr., but now I'm not gonna bash Wendell Carter Jr., okay? The guy, he is a banger in the paint. All right, he does, and one thing that's remarkable about him, he shot 41% from the three-point line, and he has a nice stroke. Okay, so and like I said, he likes to mix it up in the paint and things like that, and he does play defense. So he's like a modern Horace Grant. Okay, or no, now in today's game, he's like his ceiling is Al Horford. Okay, he'll be an Al Horford type of dude out there, and you missing Chandler Hutchison. Hey, you know what, man? We was looking at his film earlier. The guy, he can go to the hole, he can put the ball on the floor, hit the jumper, and lone 6'7" guy. His first 2 years in college at Boise State, he didn't play much, but in his junior year, he averaged 17.7 rebounds. In his senior year, he averaged 20 points and 7 rebounds. So he's a late bloomer, but he looked like a solid player for the Bulls next season.
And that's what I call this Bulls draft. Solid. Right now. Now, they could prove me wrong and be much better. Because from what I'm hearing about Wendell Carter Jr., he wasn't able to show his complete repertoire because, of course, he was playing with Marvin Bagley. So his whole game wasn't able to show because Marvin Bagley was the better player. He was the number one guy. So they say Wendell Carter has a lot more game than what he was able to show at Duke. So we'll see about that. What I do like about him, he's a rebounder. He's somebody that I think his defense is going to be really good. He's a guy that'll be able to switch on guards, be able to and be solid against guards when they do the pick and roll. And I think he is a good complement to Lauren Marketing. You know, they needed a rebounder next to Marketing, somebody who can rebound and do all the dirty work. And I think he will fit that role well. Chandler Hutchison, we needed a wing player, so this is obviously the Bulls players. They knew they had 2 first-round picks, so they say, you know what, we're going to get the big man first, then we're going to get one of these wings later in the first round. The only thing I'm worried about Chandler Hutchison, he played at Boise State. No disrespect to Boise State, but it is in the Big Ten. It's not the ACC. And no disrespect to them because it's a lot of them, you know, the mid-majors that are doing really well right now. So no disrespect. But we just haven't seen him enough. Now, like you said, the film does look good. He can shoot. It looks like he can shoot the 3. He can drive to the hole. He's got some dribble. He's what you call a 3D guy. Somebody who can shoot the 3 and play defense. And that's exactly what the Bulls need, a small forward.
Right.
So right now, I call it solid and safe.
Getting conservative.
Yeah, solid and safe. You know, I'm just glad Utah took Grayson Allen.
Oh yeah, I was getting nervous. I saw him fall into the Bulls.
I thought because that was, but that's a whole different story. But it's safe now. They do fit in with the Bulls culture. This is how the Bulls pick. They always go safe. They go with players who they. Wendell Carter, he could have went to Harvard.
Right. It's a smart guy, very smart guy.
Very smart guy. So, that fits the bill. So, yes, I do like the draft. It was. I mean, when I first saw it, I was just like, here we go again. I was like, here we go again. But I had time to think about it. Went back and I said, okay, it is solid because Wendell Carter would have went probably right after that if he didn't go to the Bulls. Yeah. He would have got snatched up real quick. Yeah.
It doesn't get you excited. It didn't get me excited.
No,
it doesn't get most Bulls fans excited. But Yeah.
Markel Bridges or Michael Porter Jr. Even though with the injuries probably would have got me excited. I'm not gonna.
Yeah. And you know what? It tells me this draft the Bulls did. It tells me that they got a lot of faith in Lauri Markkanen. Like they really believe Lauri Markkanen is going to be a star because Wendell Carter Jr. is not going to be a star. Chandler Hutchinson, he's not going to be a star. Okay, so and you got Chris Dunn, who's decent, a decent point guard. The jury's still out on him, and you have my man Zach LaVine. He reminds me of my man J.R. Smith from the Nuggets days, back in the different Nuggets days.
Well, I think LaVine got a little more game than J.R. Now, J.R. was more of a scorer. I think LaVine can pass. He can do a couple more things that J.R. couldn't do. Mm-hmm. And I think I think LaVine, after a year, I think LaVine will be better this year. Okay. I think he'll be better, and he's going into a contract year.
Yeah.
You know, so
he's a restricted free agent.
Yeah, he's a restricted free agent. So I think he's going to ball out this year. Uh-huh. I can understand the faith of Markkanen too, because Markkanen, I think now that you know, have you seen that recent photo of him? Mm-mm. This guy's ripped now. Okay, that's what he needs to do. He's ripped. I mean, he is ripped.
Right.
So if you find that, put it on here. He is ripped. So, but I can understand the faith of Markkanen because I think he is going to be a 2010 guy. I truly do.
You think he can be the leader of the team, of a playoff team for the Bulls?
I don't know his personality, right. But as far as like playing wise, he could definitely be. I would say I think he's best suited for a number 2 option. The way he plays, because he'd be a perfect guy to, you know, the pick and pop, the pick and roll. And he can rebound real good. Right. But he do got a lot of game. He's got a lot of game. Yeah. He's got a lot of game.
No doubt.
Now looking at this draft, this entire draft, what team you think improved the most?
All right, to me, it's the Sacramento Kings. They didn't get tricky, okay? You know, the Kings always doing some goofy stuff with their draft picks and things like that. And they went with the second best player, Marvin Bagley, the third. They picked him with the number 2 pick. And in the second round, I think they got a steal with Gary Trent Jr. I love shooters. This guy can shoot the lights out. He was a great shooter at Duke. He can be back there. He can back up Buddy Hield. You already have De'Aaron Fox there. They're building something right now. I like what the Kings did.
The Kings are getting better, and I love Bagley. Like I said, I love me some Bagley. I'm gonna go Phoenix Suns. I'm looking at Phoenix like it's almost time to put the Suns on the clock now. It's almost time. I mean, you got Booker who's getting you 24, 25 a game every night. You drafted Jackson last year. Now you come in with DeAndre Ayton. I mean, they say this guy is going to be a generational big man
compared to Joel Embiid.
Yeah, and he could be. He's got the entire skill set. He can shoot the 3, he can post up, he can go inside, outside. His defense is a little shaky, but we'll see as the NBA goes on. He'll get better at that because he's still a very young man. Then they get Michael Bridges too. Phoenix Suns are much improved, and not this year, but next year they're on the clock. Right. They are on the clock. It's time to make the playoffs next year. Yeah, maybe not this year. We'll give him the pass this year. Ayton, you know, his rookie year. Maybe not this year, but next year they on the clock.
Yeah. Very good young team. I'm interested in seeing them play next season.
You're watching Spectator Sporting on SpectatorSporting.com. When we come back, there's a lot of NBA rumors and free agency. We'll be back. Welcome back to Spectator Sporting. I'm Zach Roach.
I'm Adewale.
Make sure you go to SpectatorSporting.com, watch the videos, watch previous shows, previous clips, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. The more subscribers we get, the more information we can keep passing along. This is episode number 10, the Tim Hardaway edition, the killer crossover. And now, I don't know what day this is in the watch, but since the NBA Finals, but ever since the Finals was over, it's been about where is LeBron going? Right. From that time to now, is there any indication in your mind where you think LeBron's going?
Well, I think LeBron, you know, from all the rumors, from like CP3 tried to get him to Houston, but CP3 said that LeBron wants to go to LA with the Lakers. Now, I believe LeBron wants to go to the Lakers, but I don't think he should sign with the Lakers until they trade Kawhi Leonard to the Lakers first. Because now on draft night, they didn't trade Kawhi Leonard. Like the Bulls traded Jimmy Butler on draft night last year. That didn't happen the other night. So, you know, I don't think Paul George and LeBron, just them two guys and the other Lakers, can beat the Golden State Warriors. He needs Kawhi to go over there to guard KD, because obviously LeBron don't want to guard them. He don't want to guard him.
What?
So that's what I think. That's what I think about it.
Here's something that people is not bringing up with the whole LeBron's. I'm the one that says LeBron should stay in Cleveland. He is the king. They come to him.
Okay.
That's how I feel. But the one thing people is not bringing up, and this is from a business perspective, and another. If I was a player in the NBA and he wanted me to play, LeBron is only signing 1-year contracts. So it's hard to invest your future playing with LeBron when he could be gone. If he don't like it, he could leave. He's signing 1 year, 2-year deals at the most, 1-year option deals every year.
Right. Yeah.
One of the reasons why Kyrie left, once again. So you don't know how long you're going to play with LeBron. Because let's be real, I know the Lakers is the glamour franchise in NBA. But nowadays, people are not going. If LeBron goes there, players are not going there to play for the Lakers. They're going to play with LeBron. Right. Ain't lying. They're going to play with LeBron. So I'm just curious what type. So when LeBron goes somewhere, I'm curious to see what type of contract is he going to sign. Right. Is he going to keep doing the 1-year deals, or is he going to give the Lakers 3-4 years? Right. Yeah. That's very key. That's very key. The Kawhi Leonard situation. Leonard says, "You could trade for me, but I'm only giving you a year because when I'm an unrestricted free agent next year, I'm going to the Lakers." That's the rumors. I don't know how true that is. We don't know what's going to happen. But in my opinion, I think right now I think for almost for sure that Paul George is going to LA and LeBron James will be in LA. Now that's one thing. Now the ramifications of getting LeBron James and Paul George, even if they were somehow a way to pull out the Kawhi Leonard, they would have to sacrifice a lot of their future. That means no more Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram. If you were a Lakers fan, how much do you want this?
You know what? If I'm a Lakers fan, okay, if I can make the Kawhi Leonard trade, then I do want it. Because I feel like if I got Kawhi Leonard, LeBron James, and Paul George on my team, we can beat the Warriors. But if I don't get Kawhi, I don't want it. Because they got a nice young team, They got Lonzo Ball, Kuzma, Ingram, Randall. I kind of think they should have kept Clarkson as well and Larry Nance Jr. They traded him to the Cavs, things like that. But they got a nice young core. That's the way the Warriors built their thing up. They built up their dynasty through the draft before KD came over there. Yeah. So I think that's a good way. I think that I was liking what the Lakers was doing, building through the draft.
They got some good. Julius Randle will probably be gone too. Let's not forget about that.
Yeah. So the Lakers need to know you're not beating the Warriors if Kawhi Leonard doesn't. If you can't make the Kawhi Leonard trade, you can't beat the Warriors. All right. So that's how I feel about it. And then the Spurs. Why would you want to trade? Why would you want to give the Lakers another dynasty?
And that's what Popovich is notorious for. He's a believer. Like, I'm not trading one of my best players in the same conference as me. I'm going to trade to the East, where I don't have to deal with them, as much. So it's a tricky situation. I mean, the Lakers might be better off now. You're never better off. If you get a chance to get LeBron, you go get him. But for the Lakers standpoint, they might be better off just signing Paul George and getting Kawhi Leonard without LeBron. Wow. That might be the better move because then they'll be able to keep more of their future. They won't have to move. But if you bring all three of those guys, the future is done. And then that means your window is smaller. Your window is smaller because even though LeBron is in the best physical shape, the best physical specimen I've ever seen in my life. Age is undefeated. Right. He's still 33, and this year took a toll on him. I don't care. This year had to take a toll on him because he did so much. How long did you get prime LeBron for in LA? Right. You got to really think about that. Like, do you got 2 years? You probably got 2 years. Maybe 3 years. Now he's still gonna be good because his basketball IQ is off the charts and he can just play. But how long do you have LeBron for?
And you know what? And it's too. I'm gonna agree with you on one point. But the first point is like the Spurs hold the key in this whole thing. San Antonio hold the key because they don't have to trade him to anybody, or they can trade him to somebody in the East, like you said. Then the other thing is, like you said, man. LeBron, bring people to you. Why don't you just make a deal, trade Tristan Thompson in a first round pick or something, and trade for Kawhi or something, or trade for somebody else, you know what I mean?
Well, it was a rumor out there that the Cavaliers offered the Spurs Kevin Love and the number 8 pick for Kawhi Leonard. That was a rumor. I don't know how true that is. I have no sources. I cannot confirm that.
Right.
But that was a rumor out there that did happen.
And then they let Kyrie Irving get away. They should have kept him, but still. Just stay on your team and build your team, and all this leaving teams to build, team it up. Man, bring people to you and build something. Bring another star. Trade Tristan Thompson. You got Colin Sexton. You saw what Donovan Mitchell did last year as a rookie, and Jason Tatum. Sexton might be that dude. Some people say, like you say, he might be the best point guard in the draft. You got him. You got Love. Or you bring somebody else with you.
I agree. I've been saying that he's the king. If he's the king, he don't have to go nowhere. People come to you because they want to play with you. But it could be more than just him being in Cleveland. He might just want to be in LA with the nice weather. LA is a very beautiful state. I mean, let's just call it what it is.
Yeah, it's beautiful in LA, But
anybody else? DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah, DeAndre Jordan, he can opt out his contract. I think he will. The Clippers they rebuilding. They traded Blake Griffin and everything, and CP3 was traded. I think DeAndre Jordan is out of there.
Any chance Kevin Durant leaves Golden State?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. He's in Golden State. He's there.
Anybody the Bulls can pick up?
I was thinking about Jabari Parker. There's been rumors about Jabari Parker. He's a restricted free agent.
Okay.
The Milwaukee Bucks can match any offer.
I don't think they want him either.
You don't think the Bucks want him?
I've been hearing that the Bucks been trying to trade him for a while.
You know what? I would like Jabari Parker. Put him in there at small forward. Let Chandler Hutchinson come off the bench. I like Jabari Parker. Hopefully his knees can, he can overcome those 2 ACL surgeries.
You're watching Spectator Sporting on SpectatorSporting.com. When we come back, we have our opinions. We'll be back. We always complain about there's not enough sports in the summertime. All we have is baseball. Well, thanks to one of the greatest rappers of all time, Mr. Ice Cube, we now have more basketball to watch in the summertime. Go check out the Big 3-on-3. He's giving people jobs. Players who either retired or are not wanted by the NBA get a chance to play and make some money as well. Shout out to Ice Cube. That's all I wanted to do because not only is he giving people jobs, but he's giving us more sports to watch. Thanks, Cube.
NBA Commissioner Adam Silver wants you to believe that you've just witnessed the last time teams would benefit from tanking due to his NBA draft lottery reform, which goes into effect in 2019. He will reduce the chances of the bottom 4 teams from winning the draft lottery, but the worst teams will still have the best chances of winning the lottery. So, joke's on you, Adam Silver. Your silly, confusing NBA draft lottery reform won't stop tanking. The draft was designed to give the worst teams a chance to pick the top prospects. No fan base from a losing franchise would get upset if their team tanks to draft Zion Williamson. This draft lottery reform was just an attempt to kick bad teams while they're down. Let teams like the Knicks, Magic, and Suns get the top picks. They need all the help they can get.